Okay, so basically, I found a really big cookie. Alright, so there's this pretty freaking cool browser game called Cookie Clicker where you click this big cookie and then you get more cookies and you use those cookies to buy more stuff to make more cookies. Now yes, that probably was the most redundant thing I've ever said, but trust me, it's really epic. There's really not much more to explain aside from that. You just use the cookies you get from waiting to invest in more stuff. I only brought it up because of that cookie I found reminding me of it, and considering that this thing has the magical power to make more cookies automatically, I think I could make some fat stacks of cold hard cash with it. If there's something I love more than ever, it's being able to manipulate the economy so that I can gain authority over other people. I was the kid who told the class that I wanted to be a loan shark when I grew up. Granted, cookies aren't a viable currency yet, but I still think this will satisfy my desires. So me and the boys are going to take a crack at this whole bakery thing and see if we can change the world for the better, worse, or preferably for my own benefit. So I started up my bakery and got to work. Now as you can see, your only way of producing cookies is by clicking on this big cookie. Lots of hard work, I know, but don't worry, I have a way of making things more efficient. You can invest the cookies into more cursors that'll circle around the big cookie and automatically click it. I mean, you don't have to buy any upgrades or buildings, though that's kinda what the game is all about. There's actually an achievement for getting a certain amount of cookies without any upgrades whatsoever, and there are even speedruns for it, and wow, people really hate themselves. So to avoid having my hand break through the fabric of the universe, I got myself a couple of cursors. But then I realized that it was still really slow. But just then, I got a brilliant idea. You can use 100 or so cookies to manipulate, I mean, negotiate with a grandma to help you out. Now, I get that's just a stupid old woman, but if there's one thing they're good for, it's making really dang good cookies. And if I wanted to make the epic Luggo bakery grow, then I was going to have to hire some more grandmas. And wouldn't you know it, it was really working out. We got the cursors going, the grandmas working with no breaks, the bakery was beginning to really hit it off. Look, we even got the boys to come to the yard.
Oh, the boys!
And at one point, I thought it'd be really funny if I made a cookie farm, and it actually became a reality, like, bro, I was just joking. But yeah, that's essentially all you do. You just leave it running, smack the cookie a bit, and save up for upgrades and new buildings to increase your CPS. That actually sounds really bad, but it just stands for cookies per second. However, at this point, I kind of ran into a roadblock. Where exactly do you go from here? Like, at the end of the day, it's just some cookies. How much further can you go? Do I just stop here? No, bro. I've got something good here, so I'm gonna make like a true YouTuber and milk it dry. Countless things that were thought to be impossible have happened, so if the Muppets can take Manhattan, then so can I. And that is actually unrelated. Okay, point is that this cookie business is too good to die out. I can understand the skepticism. There was that one time I got caught up with the strawberries, but let me tell you right now, that was a fad. It was always about the cookies. So, I proceeded to do something completely unprecedented. Though, I guess at the same time, I kinda always wanted to do something like this. I made a cookie bank. I was not kidding about ruining the economy. So yeah, I accomplished my lifelong dream. It was pretty cool. It was at this point that my cookies really were changing the world, and I'm pretty surprised that worked. I mean, all I did was I clicked the cookie a couple times. And sure, there were plenty of detractors down the road, but you gotta keep in mind that this is the modern day, and the only way people take actions against certain things they don't like is by putting some hashtag in their Twitter bio. Yes, my chocolate mines are ethical and not questionable in the slightest, but Luggo, there's no way you can possibly find any other ways of making cookies. I built a rocket ship to get cookies from other planets. I mean, I was just coming up with random ideas for how to make cookies, and they all somehow worked. Alchemy Labs, Wizard Towers, sheer freaking chance, and my personal favorite, using pure light. That sounds like it could have very negative effects on the universe, but that's what makes it all the more fun. Of course, these things were very expensive, and it didn't matter that I enslaved hundreds of grandmas, they simply weren't producing enough cookies. So yeah, I had to grind for quite a while, but hey, you really can't get anywhere without some hard work. It was tough and took a lot of time, but it was well worth the effort and it felt really dang satisfying. Honestly, I was on top of the world. I had changed the economy, created thousands of jobs for the elderly, broke every known law of the universe, and somehow didn't commit any war crimes along the way. To say the least, me and the homies were bopping really hard. Like, I had gotten enough upgrades that one tap of the big cookie would yield an unbelievable amount of other cookies. That single click is enough to feed a Discord moderator for a single day, like holy crap. However, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I had finally done it. I had reached the limit. Luggo's bakery had officially achieved it all. So what could I do now? Well, there is this weird prestige thing I've got going on here, where I could start all over and gain access to new perks. Well, I guess there's nowhere else to go, so let's try it. I probably should have thought about this. And so, Luggo bought a bunch of upgrades to use for whenever his bakery would be reborn. Now, he didn't really read what many of them did because he just had so many chips that didn't really matter, so yeah, I'm pretty sure everything will turn out fine next time. Okay, so basically, I found a really big cookie. So I started up my bakery and got to work. Now as you can see, my only way of producing cookies is by clicking on this big cookie. Lots of hard work, I know, but don't worry, I have a way of making things more efficient. Hey, hold on a second. I've barely done anything, and there's already so many freaking cookies. Peter, did you use one of your forbidden enchantments again? I mean, sure, it was pretty funny the last time, but that's not the point. So all of a sudden, I had more cookies than I could have ever known what to do with. I tried spending them on random upgrades and stuff, but no matter what I did, that number would just not stop growing. I cannot believe that I'm actually about to say this, but there might just be too many cookies. There was something absurdly fishy about this, and then I realized that at a certain point you can actually make a research center. I mean, all it does is it gives you access to more upgrades and stuff, but eventually we found quite a few interesting ones. These few in particular had very ominous descriptions. No, the grandmothers are growing restless. Do not encourage them. Warning, purchasing this will have unexpected and potentially undesirable results. It's all downhill from here. You have been warned. Well, joke's on you, because down is my favorite direction. Hey, that wasn't so bad. Minus the intimidating and mildly horrific glare from the grandmas. Yeah, I guess that didn't really do anything of note. Huh. Wait, that thing is stealing my cookies! Okay, so basically whenever you start getting these weird upgrades, the wrinklers start showing up. They're like leeches, except they drain cookies instead of blood, which in my case is a lot more terrifying. Despite these unfortunate consequences, I thought it was really funny to see how much deeper we could go down this rabbit hole, so I kept purchasing these dangerous upgrades even though the messages accompanying them became more and more sinister. It's questionable, yes, but I think we're gonna be okay. Alright, don't worry, I can explain. They're just my friends, that's all. Now, I know that I have a very questionable criteria whenever it comes to friends, but I'm certain these guys are fine. I just wish that Grandma would understand that. Gosh, Grandma, stop transforming into Hellspawn, Grandma. Look, I get it. All my morally ambiguous business decisions are beginning to bite me in the ass now, but I always make it out of these types of situations just fine.
Open the door or I'm gonna throw rocks through your windows, you dumb whore.
That does not sound good. I understand the concern, but, don't. I'll have you know that I've only received 4 death threats from the Girl Scouts. I just need some time to fix this little issue. Just, please, don't take away my cookies. It's all I have left. Craig, we need to abort the mission. Oh no! Craig is suffering from severe indigestion! Craig! Craig! It's over. It's all over. This is how the cookie crumbles. Whoever is watching this, don't repeat my mistake. Even if it was really funny, it's just not worth it. This game did it. It trumped me. It completely destroyed me. I can't make it through this. I have to atone. I have to go back and undo all this. I never thought this would ever happen, but for once in my life, I feel regret. Well, only a little bit.